All right, hey, it's Junkman from VintageRock.com, and here again at NAMM 2018. And to my left and right, we got a couple of members of the band that's going to be playing at the annual Legends concert here outside of the arena area of the Anaheim Convention Center. I've got Jerry to my left, and I've got Bob to my right. How you doing, fellas?
Good, doing really good. Good to see you.
Yeah, great. Yep, great.
You're up for the big gig with a big crowd and things like that. Now, they've taken part in the Legends concert before.
I personally haven't. This is my first year that they've asked me to do it, and really happy to do it because most of the guys I've already been playing with and I've known for many, many years. Yeah.
And Bob?
I've played it several times before. I did it 2 years ago. The one that we were going to do last year, which was going to be this show, was rained out.
Yeah, I remember we had massive flooding there last year, but
we were
a lot different now. Beautiful Southern California day, you know. So, tell me a little bit about what you're going to be doing today. I mean, we'll start with you, Bob, and what you're going to be playing, who you're going to be playing with.
Well, I mean, I'm usually a music director for most situations, but I'm a keyboardist as well. But in this situation, it's pretty much Mike Panera's. We're going to feature Jerry, Mike's stuff from Iron Butterfly, Jerry's stuff from El Chicano, and John Avila, who is the bass player for Oingo Boingo, and Marcos from War, and who else is on? Jerry, who else is on? I don't remember.
Greg Albin on drums.
Greg Albin on drums. Yeah, Greg, myself, and we're going to have a blast. We're going to play some classic rock. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Mentioned a lot of serious legendary bands, naturally. War, El Chicano, a lot of the East LA type of stuff that's going to be going down, and as well as Iron Butterfly, which, man, I mean, there's been, who the ultimate classic rock riff, as far as I'm concerned, is Inagata Davida. But
really?
Now we be playing that particular number today, or
actually we are. We did it at rehearsal, and it killed. It brought back a lot of memories, of course, because, in the 60s, late 60s, early 70s, I mean, that was a psychedelic time, and I was actually remembering it.
It's funny, too. Another NAMM story, too, is years ago, I was walking around one of the guitar booths, and I saw Eric Braun. Eric was the 17-year-old guitar player for Iron Butterfly who played that riff on the record, the dun, 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 dun. And he goes, I didn't think anybody knew who I was. I'm like, so we talked for a while, and he's now passed on, but man, what a great guy. Just think, 17 years old, you come up with the most famous rock, arguably the most famous rock riff of all time,
Absolutely, everyone's been influenced by Iron Butterfly. They came out with the psychedelic rock, back in the day, and everyone who's come after them, they follow them. They follow Iron Butterfly.
Tell me some of the bands that you've played with. I mean, you've played with a lot of people.
Yeah, I was with Dionne Warwick for the longest time, and I played with Sister Sledge. Joni just passed.
Mm-hmm.
I played with them. I played with Paul Simon, which was a lot of fun, and Paul McCartney.
Wow.
Played with
Dionne Warwick. He was the guy.
For a while. I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know. Can't remember.
Then you walked on by.
That's it. One of the hits.
So there's gonna be a lot of really cool stuff. So people that are coming down today can really check out a lot of musical history. Tell me a little bit about your background too.
Well, I was playing in the 60s. I was one of those young kids that was 15 years old that had an ID that said he was 18. So I was playing up and down Hollywood Boulevard at the time of Iron Butterfly and The Doors, Love, all those bands, and then as I got older, of course, I got drafted, went to Vietnam when I was 19.
Wow.
Ended up playing music over there in my last 4 months. It might have saved my life. Came back and joined El Chicano, and first album we did, I sang Tell Her She's Lovely, and bam, had a hit record the first time out the door.
Yep.
And it was wonderful, because what I love about El Chicano is it's a Latin rock band.
Right.
So we were able to tour with not just Latin bands. We toured with Rod Stewart, ZZ Top, Electric Light Orchestra, and then Earth, Wind and Fire, The Temptations. But it was very mixed up,
right.
because of our percussion section, you know, they really loved that. So we were able to mix it up with a lot of different types of musical acts.
That was the beauty of the thing in the 60s back then, too. There were so many bands, like you mentioned, so many bands such as El Chicano and Sly and the Family Stone and things like that, that mixed so many different styles, and Bill Graham Productions, where they always had 5 different completely types of bands on the bill, you know? Which it was awesome, and it should be like that now.
Remember AM radio? Because that's what it was. One minute you're listening to Mel Tillis, and the next minute you're listening to Marvin Gaye. You know, and I love that period of time, you know?
And it's so why it's not like that now with everything is specialized.
Separated now.
You know?
And it's, I feel, for my heart, I think it separates people.
It does.
You know, you need to mesh it back together and get those influences together, you know?
Well, hopefully today, I mean, with our NAMM community, you know, there's people from everywhere that are just kind of mixing around and moshing around today. They come out, they hear the songs that they know that you guys are supplying for them today. And it's a beautiful thing. You see all kinds of different people just grooving together, knowing all the words and things like that. It's got to make you feel good, you know?
Absolutely, sure. Okay. It's always a blast to play. You know, you see the audience singing the lyrics. Last year we played, myself and Greg Allman played with Danny Lane of Moody Blues, Wings.
Yeah.
And it was a blast. I mean, playing all the Wing stuff and
then the early Moody Blues, like Go Now that he does. Yeah.
That's what we did. Yeah, it's a blast.
A lot of people that are like, you know, semi Moody Blues fans don't realize, wow, they had early in the early 60s, they had a big, huge hit with Go Now when Denny was in the band. But yeah, that's great, man. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun today.
Man, he could sing. He's like, I was lucky enough to do the 40th anniversary of Woodstock in San Francisco with him, and he came out and did the Joe Cocker version of A Little Help with My Friends, and slayed the audience. It was like 80,000 people out there, and he slayed them, man. It's great that whole intro and everything, man.
And you got to think he's been in the business a long time, and can still belt it out, man. It's awesome. So again, that's what a lot of this is about today. You know, come on down and hang out, and your memories will be fulfilled. That's for sure. Now you mentioned playing with Paul McCartney at one time. How did that all come about, and what period?
That was a blast. I played with Paul in 2013. And the thing that really stood out for me is I was singing all the parts that Paul sang, All My Loving, Let It Be, a lot of the older Beatles stuff. I was singing Paul's stuff. And so to me that was like quite a bucket list, it was a blast.
Looking forward to it today, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of, like I said, musicians will come together, and again, that's what NAMM is all about. You know, people from all different areas and years, and new people and young people. But David, who organizes this event, does a really good job. He's been doing this for a lot of years, and it's a lot of fun. And you couldn't have picked a more perfect day for it, too. There's a band on stage right now that's rocking out, as they have been throughout the weekend. And so if you're at the NAMM convention, you happen to see this video, come on down and check it out. You guys are going to be going on in a little while, like
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock this afternoon, about an hour from now. So PST, Pacific Standard Time. So if you're in New York, I don't know if you're going to make it or not. You'll have to watch the video at a later time, so you'll find it on YouTube anyway. So again, where can people find you after the show? I mean, tell us about a website, anything you might be involved in?
Oh, yeah. Well, elchicanomusic.com, they can see where we're going to be playing this year. We're already lining up a lot of shows. We hooked up with Live Nation this year for the first time in a long time, so we're going to be doing a lot of shows with them. But actually, I'm working with Bob on another project with myself doing the music of Gino Vanelli.
Oh, cool.
We've done about 3 different shows now, and I ran into what's his name, the keyboard player for the Baked Potato, Don Randy.
Don Randy, yeah.
And turns out he's a real huge El Chicano fan. I told him about the Gino project. He goes, "Oh, you got to do the Baked Potato, man." So hopefully we're gonna end up there doing a show.
A lot of you guys remember Don from being part of the Wrecking Crew too. So he's one of the guys. But yeah, the owner of the Baked Potato, been running that place for a long time, and
40 years.
With the band Quest, so he's been, and a little bit after that as well too. You got other things that you're gonna be doing on top of that?
As far as after this, you're saying? I do a lot of different things. Actually, I'm going to be conducting. Are you on that show, by the way, Jerry? The PCG, Pacific Concert Group.
I'm not sure.
I've got a bunch of, a lot of all of the old soul acts. We do this thing every year, Valentine's Day. It's actually Valentine's weekend. I got to go to Texas, I got to come back here for San Diego, then I go back to Texas for my round, and I've got people like Heatwave, The Moments, the Manhattans. If you remember any of the old soul groups, we had the Friends of Distinction for a while.
Grazing in the Grass, man.
Grazing in the Grass, there you go.
Which we're doing today.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But I got those shows that I'm the conductor for, and
great.
So that's, looking forward to that.
Well, Bob and Jerry, thanks a lot for talking with us here at VintageRock.com. Look forward to seeing you at on the Legend stage in about an hour or so. So, again, this is Junkman from VintageRock.com at NAMM 2018.
Whoa! There you go. Bye-bye.